What is up, RotoGrinders? Tuesday night, 5-game, kind of a baby slate in the association. There is a 6th game. We're just not going to be talking about it. The back half of the, I think it's Peacock. It's Peacock tonight. The Peacock doubleheader. Way too late. It's way too late for Chop. Way too late for most people. The East Coast ads, 11 o'clock on the East Coast. Both FanDuel and DK decided to drop it. It's, I think, 2 hours after the last game on our slate for both DK and FanDuel. So no Denver, no Sacramento, not going to be discussing that. Let's see. Back half of back-to-back, Utah Jazz. Front half, there's 5 teams in the front half. Boston, Golden State, Memphis, New York, OKC. Our returning champion. Chop, did you flip schedules around? Is that why you're here today? Were you supposed to be here? I know you're debating flipping schedules yesterday. TJ hit you up while you're on the show. Were you planning to be on tonight? I feel like you're not a Tuesday night guy.
I was always. I got scheduled for 3 NBA shows this week, so you got me on Thursday too. It's yeah. So we're gonna roll with it. I'm fine with it. I don't mind, man. So little baby slate for you. And yeah, I went ahead and took TJ's Thursday night football show too. Got to be a nice guy about it. You know, you never know when that might come back later on. He might need a favor. So
he owes you now, right?
He owes me big time.
But the football, I didn't watch the football last night. I was watching the basketball. The basketball, I don't know if you watched the basketball last night. It was amazing. The Heat in Cleveland was insane.
Oh, yeah, that was a good game.
Cleveland San Antonio and the Bulls was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
The basketball was just a blast. The Heat, by the way, I guess Cleveland went overtime, and I don't know if you know, but Cleveland's sticking around. Like they're in Miami again tomorrow night.
Huh,
and
they've already ruled out half the team.
Well, they're in South Beach for 2 days.
I mean, they literally already ruled out Mobley and Mitchell for tomorrow.
Yeah, I assume there's some parties going on with Cleveland. Nothing against Cleveland, but the Cleveland Cavs are probably excited to be in Miami.
I mean, I don't want to be that guy, Dean, but you're making a lot of money, guys. Man up and play the basketball game of basketball. Man up and just play, man.
It's not even the back half of a back-to-back.
I know, man. Crazy. Yeah. Whatever. But, yeah, the football wasn't so good, Dean. I'm not going to lie to you.
It looked terrible from what I didn't watch a second of it. I just followed it in the stat tracker, and I'm like, is the game being played, or is there a delay? Just nobody scores?
It's not good. Serious conversations, man. The Packers got to have some serious conversations with themselves, Dean, about Jordan Love. Is he really?
And it?
Well, they sat him on the bench for all those years underneath Aaron Rodgers, let him learn. So you're supposed to come in and be really good. And now you've had a couple of years starting. And now here we are. You've been in the league for quite a while now. Been starting for a couple of years, 3rd year full time. And you're putting up 7 points, and this is the 3rd time this year that defense has held somebody under – that their defense held somebody under 17 points, and you still lost. Like, you got to have some combos about Jordan Love. He parlayed that one little good run where he smashed the Cowboys, and then they almost beat the Niners in the playoffs. He parlayed that into a nice contract extension, and he's kind of fallen off since then. So they got to have some convo about him. But as a Cowboys fan, I'm cool because with every loss for Green Bay is a step closer to a better draft pick for Dallas, right? Because we own that draft pick.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There you go. I thought you were thinking about, you have, the tiebreaker thing with – you're not thinking Dallas has a chance to make the playoffs this year, right? They're not mathematically eliminated, but that's not happening, right? I can't imagine that's happening.
I would say you never say never. We've seen teams go on winning streaks before. Yeah. I would say personally the more likely path is a division title because you get a head-to-head game with Philly here in a couple of weeks. Next week, Philly gets Detroit. Let's say Detroit is a good team, beats them. Then you beat Philly. All of a sudden, you're like a game back of Philly. You never say never. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm just curious to see how they look with their new defensive personnel coming in.
Yeah, trading for Q Williams, right, from the Jets. And if nothing else, I guess I would imagine next year it should benefit their defense. All right, 5-gamer tonight. And yes, thank you for the congratulations. I saw I did win the $100 single entry on DK last night, so shout out to me. We're going to try to go back to back. We did nothing as far as celebrating. Nothing terribly exciting. We watched them Apple TV, and then we went to bed at some point. that was our celebration, and did some advanced peek as far as the slate tonight. I was looking ahead to Tuesday, which is tonight. Not a lot of value, Chop. This is a tough slate. Not a lot of value. Tomorrow, whatever Cavs are left standing against Miami, we're going to be talking Cavs all tomorrow for sure. But yeah, tonight I'm looking at the lineup HQ and like, oh, who's our value plays tonight? And generally speaking, like 6x, NBA over 6x is quote unquote a value. And our value plays are on FanDuel, Andre Drummond. There's no Joel Embiid. And Nurkic's price is not fully adjusted just yet. Those are the only two guys that are 6x. Like Kata's close to 6x. Alex Bailey, Ace Bailey is close to 6x. And on DK, I think it's just one guy. And it's Filipowski, who's, he's a pretty good fantasy player. He's not very good, but Utah in the back half of back-to-back, probably going to get around 25 minutes or so. Point is, not a lot of value on this slate. Also, like, not a lot of amazing plays just in general. Like there's no Joker, no Giannis, no Wemby. I'm sure I'm missing one of the other, optimal scorers. But the highest projection raw points is Tyrese Maxey, the only guy we have projected over 50 points. So yeah, I'm guessing the scores are going to be a little bit lower tonight. We shall see. But you have any general thoughts as far as the overview? Like who we're waiting for as far as injuries? I have the most recent injury report here, Chop, and Mitch Rob is questionable. Sandro. Oh, did that just happen? Did I miss it?
He's out. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And that doesn't change a lot. OG probably gets a slight bump. Cat probably gets a slight bump, and I don't think there's any huge bumps there. He only plays so many minutes anyway. It is the front half for New York, so that makes sense. He's only going to play one of those two. Mamukelashvili is questionable for Toronto and also probably not going to move the needle. We saw Agbaji start the other night, but he already got hurt, so he's gone as well. But I don't think that's a big deal. Really nothing else we're waiting for unless we get TJ McConnell popped up. Timothy John, I don't think he's going to play, but he did pop up for the very first time as questionable. So he's questionable today to play for Indiana, which I guess he would be interesting. But I'm just assuming like he's not ready. He's ahead of schedule. But maybe I'll get bit on that one. Who knows? But I just think that's not happening just yet. But that's where we're at, Chop, right? A slate with not a lot of like amazing, like, big time ceiling plays necessarily, and not a lot of value, not a lot of games, some ugly games, some bad teams. Are you excited? Am I selling this appropriately?
No, you're not selling anything to me, bro. But I'm fine. I'm ready to get back on the horse tonight and see if we can do some damage. And mistakes were made last night, min cashed, but took out, probably the winning lineup, Dean. One of those things,
Oh.
Well, the first 10 minutes left before this thing locked, the lineup had Cade Cunningham in there.
You put him at 90. He was 15 for 45 from the field, by the way. He also I thought for sure he was not coming back. He took this big spill on the ground for a couple of minutes. But he had some free throws and he figured it out. They already say he's going to play tomorrow, which is kind of surprising. But yeah, you had Cade, and did you have McCollum as well?
I had McCollum in my final lineup, but Cade was there, and then I was like, dang, I don't want three Pistons. I want Wemby, so let's maneuver some stuff around. So drop Cade, which then I had a little bit of money left over. So I went with the more expensive Heat guy, Wiggins, over Jaquez, and Jaquez freaking went crazy. And so just, a lot of tinkering got me to a min cash when it could have been a lot better. So I'm going for it tonight, Nina. I got the upside plays. I'm gonna dish out tonight, and we're gonna win this thing, man. Feel good about it.
Did you see the last 20 seconds of Miami Cleveland by chance? Like insane. Mitchell had a ridiculous three, and then the Heat just before a previous year where on an inbounds with 0.4 seconds to go, they kind of fooled the defense of Cleveland and had a clear path. I think it was Wiggins actually the dunk. Jovic or probably Larson inbounded it, but I was tilting because I was like, oh no, we're not going to get double overtime for Cleveland, Miami, and I didn't have any of those guys on my main lineup that was doing well. So thankfully, we avoided double overtime. But that was a fun basketball game. And I'm telling you, man, the Heat, they are not slowing down. They are not slowing down. They are flying, and they are a fantasy paradise these days. Not just the Heat players, but their opponents. Okay. Anything else, Chop, before we dive in?
No.
Actually, there is one thing.
What?
You know
What's that?
It's Tuesday, which means what?
I hope it's a TV Tuesday and not one of them crazy athlete Tuesdays.
You don't like the athlete Tuesdays?
No, it doesn't make no sense, man.
Fleet Tuesday?
A fleet Thursday would be okay.
That fits it more. Yeah, so it is a television Tuesday. We're giving away a week free of RG Premium. First clue, get in that Discord channel, RotoGrinders.com/Discord, live stream chat channel. Be the first person to tell me what TV show I'm talking about. The clue is Move. Move is the first clue. Okay, first game, 7:30. You guys didn't realize you didn't piece it together just yet. Yeah, late start. No 7 o'clock games. 7:30, Toronto, the Raptors at Brooklyn. Brooklyn, the worst team in basketball. 231.5 is the total. The Raptors are almost a double-digit favorite on the road. 9.5, 10 points, depending on where you're looking. As far as who's in, as far as who's out in this one, well, Agbaji, he's hurt for Toronto. We mentioned Mamukelashvili, the backup 5. I guess do we even have a thing set up for you, Finn? I guess we get a few more minutes for like Colin Murray Boyles, maybe. I'm not sure. Pirtle can only play so many, I imagine, with his back, so I don't think they would push him too hard. That's of note, I guess. Day'Ron Sharpe is not playing basketball for Brooklyn. Cam Thomas, Day'Ron Sharpe's got a butt, so he can't play. And Cam Thomas, he's got a hamstring, and he's gone for like a month, possibly more. It's going to be a long time until we see Cam Thomas. A lot of shots opening up here. Haywood Highsmith is yet to make his debut. Yegor Yeoman, we're expecting him to continue to start here for Brooklyn, as well as Terrence Mann. Michael Porter Jr. should get a bunch of shots. Clowney and Claxton also starting the projection starters alongside his fellow Nets. Yeah, we like to pick on Brooklyn. How do you feel about the Raptors and the Nets?
Love it.
Were you leaning in the mic? I wasn't watching.
That's my Bobby Gomes impression.
Oh, you're just – is that the end of your analysis?
No analysis. Yeah, I like this game.
Do I have to fill more time now?
I like this game.
Okay. Do you want to –
No, listen, we're not fake. You know how you do the whole maybe I sit back and wait for these games because they're early and get those stack my late lineups for injury. You don't want to do that with this game. This game looks really, really good on paper, man. And so, yeah, I just feel like this is going to be a big part of my lineup for sure. I don't want to give away my whole lineup to you guys, but, man, I'll be surprised if Michael Porter Jr. doesn't make it in that lineup, man. I like Michael Porter Jr. tonight with the various injuries for Brooklyn. Man, Porter's just awesome this year from a fantasy perspective. He spent all those years on Denver where he had a role to play, Dean, and it wasn't wasn't necessarily a fantasy-friendly role, but it was a good real-life role. Well, now he's on a team that's just losing. They don't have any real ambition to win, and he's turning it loose and career high in points, rebounds, assists, everything for Michael Porter Jr. So he's awesome. Love the matchup. I'm firing him up tonight. The two bigs, Claxton, Clowney, perfectly fine here in this matchup too. Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn, kind of inside funnel, They're kind of tough on the three-point line, No, that's Toronto. Yeah, Toronto's the funnel kind of defense. So Claxton, Clowney, you can get a little bit on the inside on them, rebounding and points in the paint and stuff. So you're good there. Zaire Williams is kind of jumping out a little bit on some projections. So
is that good, Chalk? I don't.
No,
I think he's bad, Chalk. If he's
I won't play him, but he's jumping on. I'm just going to point that out. Igor Demon's going to get a little bit more run.
Who is that now?
Igor Demon. He low key stinks. I wouldn't play him, man. He's not. He leaves a lot to be desired. So,
would you believe it's Yeoman? His last name is Yeoman.
Yeoman.
Yeah.
I watched the dude for a whole year at BYU. You telling me it was Yeoman this whole time?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
I did not know that.
I watched the video of him saying it. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yegor Yeoman.
Finds out something new every day, but yeah, he stinks. I don't want none of that. I don't want a piece of that. But Porter Jr., Claxton, Clowney, fine. Porter Jr. being my favorite from that team. Toronto, yeah, Brooklyn, bad, man. They're bad on defense. You can get them anywhere, Dean. You can get them inside, outside, hit the glass on everything. They're just not a good team. So that shapes up, to me, it feels like a guy like Scotty Barnes who can do anything. He can score in the paint. He can hit three. By the way, his three-point shot this year looks really good, Scotty Barnes. Much improved shot. So Barnes, I think, is my guy, my go-to guy here for Toronto. I think he's going to kill him, in any way he really wants to, however they decide to dice it up. So I like me some Scotty Barnes here tonight. Probably because you mentioned already the highest projected guy is barely 51 points, and that's Tyrese Maxey. This just feels like a great mid-range build kind of night. You're not gonna miss out on that 80 from Wemby like last night or whatever. Of course, it ended up being Cade Cunningham's big game, but beforehand, you're looking at it going, boy, Luka or Wemby could drop 80, and then I need to have a star in there. It ended up being Cade, and you did need that star. But on this,
the scariest fade, man. He's the scariest player not to have.
On this night, it doesn't look like that. I'm not scared of fading anybody in the top range. So mid-range build, good. Scotty Barnes, good. RJ Barrett's fine. Quickly's fine. He's much cheaper too, so you can go that route. But really, I'd probably say Porter Jr., very likely to make my lineup. Scotty Barnes in that next tier of guys that I'm going to be looking and seeing if I can figure out how to get him in there too.
Scotty Barnes, 40% projected owned on FanDuel. Michael Porter, 29%. Quickly, 28%. Ingram, 25%. So, yeah, this is going to be a pretty well-owned game on FanDuel. On DK, a little bit less, just so salaries and things like that. 36% for Michael Porter Jr. He's popping pretty hard on DK. Quickly at 25%. Barnes at 19%. Clowney at 15%. Claxton, 13%. I misspoke about Zaire. I think earlier in the day, Zaire was getting more love, but he's only in a 10% projection right now, which I think is more accurate. And to your point, Brooklyn, the biggest defensive rating in basketball, meaning they're the worst defense, the worst rebounding percentage in basketball, 46.3%. You're talking about being vulnerable inside. No team gives up more points in the paint than the Brooklyn Nets, 58.2 per game. That's almost 3 more than the next worst team. Officially, Toronto is like bottom 6 in that as well. And also they're like bottom 6 in rebounding percentage. Now they've had Pirtle miss a few games. He's a significant factor in the rebounders. And I would be more interested in Pirtle if we could expect some minutes. But I just don't trust. His minutes are pretty fragile. Maybe they give him a few more with Mabakelashvili potentially being out, but I don't know. What are we currently projecting?
He is out, by the way.
Did that just happen? Did I just miss it?
Yeah.
All right. Feel free to jump in and just let me know when these things happen because I just didn't see it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Remember when I used to have the out alarm on the NBA?
Yeah, what happened? You retired that.
I didn't retire it. They retired it for me.
The bosses told you like no more of that? Is that?
Well, we can't copyright, man. They don't want to get charged for a copyright or something, man. So although now that we got AI, I might have to. Oh, I could make my own out music, man. Right? I could AI it up like I did the college football show.
There you go. There's a little project for you.
Because I don't have enough to do right now with college football and NFL and NBA nightly.
Are you being sarcastic or are you being for real?
Add some more stuff to the plate, man.
I am checking the live stream chat. I noticed, Chop, you did not take a guess. You didn't normally like to play along.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
You don't have to. You don't have to play. But
well, I mean, the first one is usually so off the board. I can't really.
It's fair.
I like to at least wait for a couple clues, but.
You can get your reps in, but yeah. Some guesses coming in here in the Discord channel. And
okay, so.
Move was the first clue. Yeah. Second clue.
Family ties. Family ties.
Why would you guess Family Ties? Just because? Alex P. Keaton. I don't remember much about that show, but I don't remember how it would.
Michael J. Fox was the star of the show, and he moves a lot now.
He filmed that at the same time he filmed Back to the Future. He didn't sleep for 3 months. Yeah, so chip is the second clue. Move and chip. Somebody actually guessed Family Matters, Full House, Doctor Who, Frasier, Exercise with Jack LaLanne. That's a great guess. I didn't know that was the name of that show. So You Think You Can Dance? That's a really good guess as well. All right, yeah, some guesses coming on through. Family Ties was guessed here. I don't know if that's a joke or not, but somebody just wrote in Family Ties. Maybe they have the show on delay or something. Okay. But yeah, we want to give away a week free of RG Premium. I do want to mention, if you're playing NBA DFS, you're still relying on box scores, you're already behind. Shot quality gives you the most predictive data in basketball, breaking down every shot in the show to show you what should have gone in, not just what did actually go in. Right now, you can grab a free 3-day trial just by heading, there's a link. There's a link in the description. Click that link. You get yourself a 3-day trial for free. After that, it will renew. So if you don't want to, make sure you take care of it, but you want to keep it, you like it, you love it. It's $39.99 going forward. Don't play blind, play smarter with shot quality. And it's also integrated in the lineup HQ. It's just as simple as a click. We have our projections, and then you just move right at the top. I don't know if producer Steve can show it off or not, but it's super, super simple. It says RG NBA projections, and right below it, it'll show you the shot quality, advanced analytics projections as well, if that's what you want to use as far as your projections. Should also mention, speaking of our projections, Combo Pro, NFL DFS access. That's kind of what's that drives fantasy, I suppose. NFL. Why not get more bang for your buck, though? You're watching a basketball show, so I'd imagine you're interested in basketball. You're interested in Combo Pro. For a limited time, you get your first month of Combo Pro for $79 and change. That's only $5 more than NFL DFS monthly a la carte. That would be football, baseball, basketball. You get chops, college football stuff. You do college basketball? Is that a thing? You mentioned college basketball. Is that a thing, Chop? Is that something we have projections for? I don't play college.
Typically during NBA and NFL and college football, we do not have the college basketball projections. It's a thing when March Madness starts to roll around, but
yeah.
Typically, when the other sports die down here in about a month or so, Tuttle gets a little bit more time and he's a lot more active with it. So there's kind of like
it's seasonal.
Very much so. So like when Tuttle gets time, though, he digs into it a lot more and gets us some projections up right around January or so. So yeah, it's kind of under the table. You're not paying for it or nothing, but it's there. It's good stuff.
Yeah, golf, MMA, PGA. Everything with the exception of NASCAR. Go ahead and check out the links in the description. By the way, if you notice, we look kind of funky. I guess StreamYard's trying something new, and I think it's to accommodate phones as well. And I know producer Steve's trying to figure out what's going on. But if you don't like how we look today, well, the best, if you liked it the old way, go ahead. There's a link in the chat if you want to see the old version. Producer Steve just dropped it in the chat. And also, hey, since you're clicking things, hit that like button and subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss any of our shows going forward. That is one game down. There's another game at 7:30. It's the Grizz, the Knicks. 232.5 is the total. New York is a 10-point favorite. New York on the front end of a back-to-back, as is Memphis. Both these teams on the front end of a back-to-back. We did get the news that Mitch Robb has officially been ruled out for New York. Everybody else is good to go. They keep saying Zach Edey's going to get there soon, but not just yet. Not here tonight. We care about tonight and tonight only, and he is not available. Still no Brandon Clark, no Ty Jerome, no Scottie Pippen Jr. But yeah, otherwise, it's pretty much the same. Nothing's really changed here. The Grizz, New York, you were talking about how Scotty Barnes improved his three-point shot. Maybe he can teach John Morant how to shoot from three, because I have not checked the recent numbers on his three-point percentage, but last I checked, it was like, I don't know, 12% or something. It was bad. Memphis, New York, what do you got?
Yeah. Ja can't shoot three, but Cedric Coward can shoot three a little bit, and New York is a serious 3-point team funnel. So maybe Cedric Coward's your guy. If not, I wouldn't like Cam Spencer's a slightly better 3-point shooter than Coward, but I don't know that I trust Cam Spencer, enough. Coward at least maybe a little bit more, but hey, you can go that route. Morant's cheap, Jaren Jackson's cheap. I just don't know that anybody from this team is really what I want on this game. And on the flip side, Cat's a good one. You got Mitchell Robinson's out. So it's about 15 minutes or so going to be dispersed somewhere for somebody. Maybe Cat grabs an extra minute or two. Who knows? It's a pretty good matchup for him. OG, you already mentioned that. Jalen Brunson's getting some love from Notorious today. People loving some Jalen Brunson, so they're all in play. Maybe for real cheap, you get you a Yabashvili game. Yabashvili.
Dancing Bear, Yabusele, you're talking about?
Yabusele. Maybe you get a good because Mitchell's out. You never know, man. Somebody's gonna get about 15 minutes.
I feel like he hasn't really had an opportunity to really he had some good games for Philly last year.
Sure. He was an international superstar, Dean.
Yeah, the Olympics, right?
Yeah. He's there, man. He's there. Yeah, he's good.
I'm trying to remember what team he played for, but I do remember it was a thing. We're giving him 14 minutes for what it's worth. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's large field. That's not my
even with Mitch out, we're only giving him 14.
Yeah,
hey, he's like about. I thought he could get like 14 even with Mitch in. Come on now. I'm gonna object to that projection, that minutes projection. I think he's a little bit more than that, but it's not like it's a half-ass joke. I'm not playing no Yabashvili, man. Don't
you have Hukporty. So if you want to say the Hukporty is just not going to be the rotation, maybe you'll get 18, right?
You'd have to have some. Maybe you can get there in blowout minutes, and there's a possibility.
Yeah,
this game could be a blowout, but. Nah, Cat, Brunson, OG on that side are fine. And on the other side, I'm not really interested. This is not a super appealing game. It's not that it's a low total or anything. It seems fine. It just doesn't appeal to me.
Ja, by the way, the updates, 8 for 54, 14.8% for 3 this year, 35.8% from the field. Not great. Not great.
Not great, Dean. Did people want to... The people are asking your opinion on Nico Harrison getting fired today.
I mean, it's the closing the barn after the horse is out, right? It doesn't matter. It's over. Sure, he should have been fired. He never should have been in a position to make the move he made. Never should have been allowed to make that move. And it still has. There's so many questions as to why that happened that don't make any sense.
Well.
But okay, yeah, fire him. But guess what? You still traded away Luka. That doesn't change anything. You got lucky, get the number 1 pick with the ping pong balls. That was a part of the plan, apparently.
Can they ask for Luka back, man?
No, I don't think it works that way. So
okay. You've heard the conspiracy theories, right?
Sure.
Why he gave him away? Why he traded Luka away? I've heard.
Well, they're friendly. The two GMs are friendly, right? And. Not talking to anybody else. Supposedly, he pinpointed Anthony Davis as the reason why I'm going to win games going forward because of the.
I had heard something about the ownership is not Mark Cuban no more. It's a casino group basically, and I had heard they were trying to get Dallas to move, and so they were doing it on purpose and to try to, I don't know, maybe drive down. I don't know what they were trying to.
Are you buying any of it? I've heard all sorts of. I mean, I heard the reason why Spoelstra's house was burnt down also.
It is a bizarre trade, Dean, to not even shop a guy around. So I've got to think there's something there. Maybe something's got to be
maybe just incompetence. Maybe the guy's just a boob.
And the ironic part is we talked about this yesterday. So he got lucky with the Cooper Flagg, who I think is going to be a really good NBA player. The ironic part is he is – a full-time AD injury away for the rest of the year from being a super quick, super efficient, and fantastic rebuild. If he were to tank again and get a top 3 pick, and you're going to get a all-pro type player
Boston
in the top 3, you're going to get so lucky, and you're going to have a ready-made rebuild right there. 2 exceptional young players to build around for the next 10 years. That's the ironic part is he's going to get bailed out on it. But
I don't like when incompetence gets rewarded. And it feels like that's what happened here, even though they still have to live with, probably one of the worst trades of our lifetime. So much so that nobody believed it was real when it happened. Somebody thought Shams got hacked, right? But I don't have an original opinion on it. I think it was a terrible trade, and the guy should be fired. And you probably never should have allowed him to do it in the first place. But it is. What are you gonna do?
What are you? Well, I don't know. I'm curious to see. I'm curious to know what happened behind the scenes. Like, does he have full autonomy that he doesn't even have to run a trade by the owner? Like usually, like in some clubs, there's the owner is like the last stop. You put that paperwork on his desk and say,
Yeah.
this is, did they even know what was like, did they
I don't
know?
know
Did they
how
care?
the Dallas owner is. It's a good question.
So it would be that I want a 30 for 30 on it. It'd be interesting. Hey, I don't know if you've been looking at this at the Colts. Jim Irsay passed away recently.
Daughter, yeah.
The daughter is into it, man. The daughter is into it. She's a good owner. She's trying to learn the game, and
she seems to want to figure it out.
She's into it, so she wouldn't let that go on her watch. She'd veto that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it's I do want. There's got to be more to it, of course. Like it's not as simple as just he just called up his buddy and said, Luka's available for Anthony Davis, and not even thinking that like you could certainly get more from like 4 other teams easy off the top of the head. But it's a really crazy situation, and I feel bad for Dallas's fans. Mark Cuban said many years ago when he was the owner of Dallas, I think somebody asked him like, who would he rather keep if he had to get rid of one, his wife or Luka? And I think he said like he couldn't really answer. Like Cuban never would have traded away Luka. And obviously, I think does he like 25% ownership still? He's got a piece, just not majority. Okay, game 2. Oh, Grizzlies, New York, we're done, right? You're done with the Knicks and Memphis.
Done, like The Sopranos. It's over.
Like The Sopranos. It's like 20 years ago.
It's like The Sopranos. Let it go. It's over. What movie is that from, Dean?
It's done like The Sopranos. Let it go. It's over.
It's something like, I'm paraphrasing, I think. It's like The Sopranos. It's over.
I don't know. You got me stumped. Ask AI and get back to me because I don't know. I can't quite piece that together, unfortunately.
Somebody in chat's going, no.
I'll give you the third clue, Chuck.
Oh, good one.
Because we have a crunch time coming in at 6:45. So yeah, let's give out the third clue for the people. Move and Chip are the first two. You guessed Westworld and Fixer Upper. It's neither of those. The third clue, maybe this will help you, maybe it won't. It's Cliff. Cliff is the third clue. Somebody actually guessed Fixer Upper in chat as well. So, oh, you know what? We have a winner. Look at that. I can't believe we got a winner. I think we got a winner on 2, if I'm not mistaken, which is spectacular, if that is correct. I don't know when. Yeah, this was 10 minutes ago. I didn't get a chance to peek the Discord channel. We got a winner in 2, which is really, really impressive. Shout out to Iowa Boy. Iowa Boy is a winner in the Discord channel. That is impressive. I did not think people would get this in 2. But we can play along here just for fun. Move, Chip, and Cliff. All right, it's the Celtics, the 76ers, 230.5 is the total. Philadelphia is a 2-point dog here. We mentioned Joel Embiid ruled out. Not an island game. They don't play again, I think, till Friday, which is maybe a little concerning as far as Embiid. Who knows how that knee's going to hold up. Paul George, we've yet to see. Of course, he's still out. Jared McCain is available with his knee and his thumb and his other body parts. As far as Boston, nothing really new here. They're fully healthy as they can be. Sam Hauser is available with his wrist. It just makes you think that, Philly didn't play yesterday. They're not playing again until Friday. This could be one of those games where Tyrese Maxey plays like 43 minutes, which isn't like crazy because he's played a couple games where he's played in the 40s this season. We're expecting Drummond to start. Trying to figure out the minute dispersion between Drummond and Bona is pretty tricky because Drummond's a good fantasy point guard player. His, salary obviously projected down with the Embiid, sticking around for a couple of games. But now he should get a little bit of a bump. We saw Trenton Watford, he triple-double over the weekend. Shout out to him. And then the usage for Jaylen Brown has just been absurd. He's taking a ton of shots for Boston of late. So I like both of these as big spends. Jaylen Brown, 37%, 42, 39, 38 his last 4-5 games as far as usage, just firing away for Boston. How do you see the Sixers and the Celtics?
I see it, Dean. We got a winner in chat. It was Forgetting Sarah Marshall with the big Hawaiian guy. They're moving the pig, and He's the dude's crying because he lost that girl. He's constantly crying on the vacation, and the guy finally goes, "It's like The Sopranos. It's over. Let it go." What a great scene. What a great movie, Dean. Well, classic movie. Totally rewatchable like 100 times. You're on mute.
That wasn't the Jonah Hill character. That was a different character, right?
No, not Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill was like the waiter, maitre d' guy at the hotel. Yeah, no. The guy who said that was the big Hawaiian guy when they're doing the pig roast.
Yeah.
And just a classic movie, Dean. Just prime Mila Kunis. Oh man,
Mila Kunis. Yeah.
Prime time, brother. Boston, Philly. Probably a pretty exciting game. Probably, you got this Philly team without Embiid, going to push the pace, going to get up and down the floor, create some havoc. You got some good young players. Highest projected guy on the slate, Maxi's good. Edgecombe needs to find a shot again. Maybe they crowned him too early. No, he's a good player, though. I don't know. We'll see if he can bounce back here. Watford, you mentioned him. He's in a good spot. I like Andre Drummond, too. Like Andre Drummond with no Embiid against Boston, who's – let me pull up today's numbers, Dean. I didn't even pull that shit up, Dean. Let me look here. What we got for Boston on the inside here? Philly, oh, yeah. They give up 1, 2, 3. What is that? The 6th most rebounds in the game. That's Drummond's specialty, man, rebounding. We're in a good spot here with Drummond. I like Drum Dog. Oubre is always a threat. That's a good spot. This is a good team right there. Anybody you want to piece together there, run it back with, like, man, what is it? There's like 4 guys, 5 guys you could take on Boston. I think they're all play. You said Jaylen Brown, good mid-range guy, 8,500. Derek White, hadn't been great, but he's picked it up better lately, so he's in play. Pritchard's price up a little too high for me, but I get it. His role is fantastic. Simons, if he hits his 3-point shots, he's a phenomenal play. That's what you're hoping for. They've got good players all over this game. It's actually, I think, without Embiid, I think this is a pretty solid game stack because I think there's a lot more pace in this game without Embiid.
Yeah, and that's what Boston needs, Chop, is pace because this season, Boston is the 2nd slowest team in basketball, just ahead of the very old and very slow LA Clippers. So they have to play up in the pace. And I do agree. The absence of Embiid should make – I have not run the numbers on it, but I presume Philly plays a little bit faster when Embiid's off the court. They're 18th for what it's worth as a team collectively when it comes to pace. I don't mess with – I haven't really messed with the bigs for Boston essentially all season long. You can play Kata if you want. The Minot thing is really fragile. I think we saw with Jordan Walsh. I'm not sure. I think that's the one who closed last game. They went smaller. It's just too wishy-washy, and it's just unnecessary to mess with. I really want to focus on, if I'm playing Boston, Brown, if I have the money, of course, Pritchard, White. Kata, a little bit more solid than Minot, but it's not worth – what was the squeeze and the juice? It's not worth it.
Squeeze and the juice, brother.
Yeah.
Dean, real quick, Dean. How good is Tyrese Maxey? I want to know your opinion. How good is Tyrese Maxey?
He's very good as far as a shooter, like creating his own shot, getting his own shot. Oh. And that's like one blessing, I suppose, in what's happening with Embiid is I think he's not being subdued by Embiid. Like it's his team, it's his world. I don't know what his ceiling is. Oh. Can he be a top 8 player in this league?
Oh, you don't sound too high on him.
I like him. I mean, that's not an insult. If I'm saying I think I think he's a top 20-ish player. Is that fair? Top 15?
That's very fair. That's very fair, Dean. And the thing about him is he wasn't a high draft pick. Like, they didn't tank for him and get him with a high draft pick. You know what I mean? So, like, he's not supposed to be a superstar where they drafted him at. But I just found it curious because I always think about this, Dean, how crazy stuff is, all the variants out there in the world. Tyrese Maxey, as good as he is, ends up in Philly. Why? Because Mike Muscala hit a 3-point shot at the end of a game, of a meaningless game, like maybe the last game of the year that year, that bolstered Philly's draft pick up enough to where they were able to snag Maxey. It's crazy, man, how that works out sometimes.
I think of when I was a Marlins fan many, many years ago. The Marlins were a terrible team, shocker, but they won game 162. I think game 162 was a walk-off. It was a walk-off no-hitter. Like they scored in the bottom of the ninth. They had a walk-off no-hitter. And because of that, they jumped the Giants. And both teams were in search of a catcher. And the Giants took Buster Posey. And the Marlins took, I cannot remember the guy's name, but he like the fourth pick overall. They're like, these are both like can't miss catcher prospects. And one is, a future Hall of Famer. And the other one, I don't even know if he ever made it to majors. It just never quite worked out. But it's just so weird how things like that happen sometimes. Like
sports is filled with a million stories like that, right? That's what makes it great, Dean.
I love when the Jazz fans in game 80 are like rooting their brains out for the team to come back and score against, I don't know, the Blazers in a game that matters to absolutely nobody. And then like they're going nuts because they hit the game winner, and then the team celebrating, and that's what prevented them to get the next Hall of Famer. And now they're getting some bum you never even heard of. It's just a fun, and I understand the fans aren't really thinking about that in the moment. I suppose you're at the game, you're caught up, and you want to root for the jerseys. But okay, we got two more games, right? Two more games. We're not talking Denver, we're not talking Sacramento. What was your answer on Maxey? Do you think he's how good he could be? I'm curious. Did you have a thought?
Seems pretty good. I mean, there's just he was like I want to say he was taken in the 20s. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but. I think it was a great draft pick. So what's the ultimate ceiling? I don't know. For a guy to be really good in my book, I need an all-around game. I would prefer a little bit of defense. I don't need you to get hunted in the playoffs,
Yeah.
And so I don't know how that's going to all play out. But, yeah, he's really good. And every time I think of Maxey with Philly, I think Muscala. Like, a guy hit a shot, which altered the the course of NBA history more or less, because Maxey ends up somewhere else. So you never know. But 2 games left. We got this, Dean. We got plenty of time. Oh, Dean, I heard a rule the other day. Speaking of NBA draft, how would you feel about this one, Dean? To try to prevent a little bit of tanking, just a little bit of tanking, try to prevent it. A team cannot have back-to-back years with a number 1 draft pick.
I'm fine with that. Yeah. I mean, there's another one that they talk about is like the wheel, where like it's just like every single year it's rotating it's just kind of random. I don't know if you've looked into that one as well. I don't know how to beat tanking. And the thing is, in basketball, unlike some other sports where one player can significantly change the franchise like for the next 10 years, which is why you don't trade away players like Luka. You have that one player, you trade him away. Like, the value of Victor Wembanyama to the Spurs is like, I don't know, $500 million. Like, it's an insane amount of money, how much money he's worth for that franchise. They were saying the Luka trade might have cost Dallas $1 billion, and it's not like necessarily hyperbolic. By the way, I had to Google Kyle Skipworth was the name of the Marlins selected right after.
He's awesome player.
I mean, he was a great prospect, and it just didn't quite happen for Kyle Skipworth, unfortunately, for the Marlins and for Kyle Skipworth. Okay, let's talk about the Warriors. The Warriors and the Thunder, 227.5. That's the total. This is a fun game, sure. OKC is a 7-point favorite here. Who's in? Who's out? Al Horford is ruled out. This is the front half of a back-to-back for Golden State. I think they play the Lakers tomorrow night. I was curious if they were playing. I was looking, but yeah, no Horford. He's not going to play tonight. He's going to play tomorrow, I presume. Melton is still out for Golden State. No Dort or Chamber. He's out tonight for OKC. We still yet to see the debut of the good Jalen Williams. No Kenrich Williams for OKC, as well as Aaron Wiggins. Wiggins is out with an adductor strain. How do you see the Thunder and the Warriors? Steph is off the injury report. He was without. He did not play due to illness. Was it a game or 2 games? I know he missed at least 1 game due to illness, but now off the injury report. What do you got, Warriors and Thunder?
Well, typically, Dean, I would say hard pass on a game like this, because Golden State can play a lot of guys and get deep into a rotation, and it kind of stinks in that way. And OKC is a juggernaut on defense, and generationally good defense last year on their way to a title, and just doesn't feel like an appealing game most nights. But it's a small slate, and there's a couple of things that I will take a look at. Number one, SGA in this kind of a matchup, sure, why not? I mean, like, this is against Curry and Butler, and Golden State probably wants to do pretty well here tonight. I don't know. I'm just thinking, and they've got those little knick-knack injuries all throughout their lineup. OKC does, so guys are gonna step up, and Mitchell's been phenomenal. Mitchell's been phenomenal, getting 30+ minutes a game now, doing a lot of damage with it, and so somebody like that.
They just find these guys.
Yeah, they find them, or else it's a great system. Who knows? Like, I can develop one, and it's the system that gets them there. So that's good. The one guy on Golden State, I don't know if you've looked at the numbers, but as good as that defense was last year for OKC, they're giving up the 4th most 3-pointers per game this year to opponents, and it's coming at a fairly high percentage. So there's kind of a weakness out there on the 3-point line, and there's no better player in the game to exploit that than Steph Curry if he wanted to play. If Kerr wanted to play him a decent amount tonight, and he because they're not getting much on the inside here with Golden State. Golden State's not getting hardly anything in the paint against OKC, so it's all going to come from the outside. Sets up pretty nice to be a Curry game. So I'll go that. If this was an 11 or 12 game slate, this might be one I cross off, Dean. But small slate, few things going on here. Maybe you could tap into those players.
He's still not going to get played. Like he's going to be in minutes.
3% max.
For what it's worth, we're giving him 31 minutes, which feels like a slight dock on that illness. I think he could play more than 31. Are you? I guess you're not afraid of the illness. You assume he's fine.
Nah, if you're playing at this point, you're probably fine.
And he was ruled in yesterday too. He wasn't on the injury report, so I'm guessing he's been okay for a day or two. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Won't have a minutes limit, no minutes limit. So
yeah, this is the interesting tournament game because let me give it a refresh. But what I'm seeing right now on DK, I think we just got an update. So let me see if anything changed ownership wise.
Dean, oh my gosh, Dean. We did a show yesterday. I didn't even get to rub it in on you, Dean.
UCF Houston, yeah.
The space city game. We got you in the space uniforms.
How cool was the space game? That was the first space game UCF lost.
That was the first space game UCF and Houston have squared off, and that's the 2 space cities, man.
Yeah,
that should be an annual thing. I don't even know why they don't do that, but
yeah, I thought of you.
That's nice of you, Dean.
Well, UCF was playing Houston, of course.
What a great game, man! It was a good game too. It came down to the very last play of the game, pick off. So yeah, that was awesome. But I didn't get to rub it in yesterday. My bad.
It's been a rough season for you. We can't win the national championship every single year, unfortunately. So maybe next year. Yeah, I did give a refresh as far as the ownership stuff here, Chop, and 17% for AJ Mitchell on DK. He's the most popular guy, which seems kind of weird at 6'3". It feels like he's that's about as high as his price can go, but he's been pretty good. The minutes are really secure. There's no Wiggins. There's no Dort. I don't know if I'm going to get there. I think Wallace might be a little bit better dollar for dollar. Another guy projecting around 30 minutes or so. But yeah, we're giving Curry like 3 or 4%, SGA about 4%. Hartenstein in the single digits. I know he's priced up, but we saw him. Now that was against Sacramento. We really got loose against Sacramento. We absolutely destroyed them. It's a really interesting game for tournaments. If you're running 150 and I'm not, and I'm sure you're not, that's just not what I do. But I would absolutely get over the field on, SGA and Curry. It's not hard at all. That's DK on FanDuel. Let's see what it is on FanDuel. I don't think it's much different. And Mitchell's, again, very popular with their 6K. Butler, 14%. Wallace, 12%. Everybody else, single digits. So, yeah, this is a really interesting game for tournaments. And sure, it's, good defenses, but it doesn't mean they can't overcome it. Anything else as far as OKC and Golden State, or shall we talk about, I was going to say hammer game, but they start at the same time, and Pacers Jazz does not scream hammer, but that's our last game.
Move it on down the road. Let's go.
Wheel was our 4th clue, by the way, or our 5th clue was bid. But again, we already have a winner for Television Tuesday, Iowa Boy. That was really spectacular. Got it in 2. Move, chip, cliff, wheel, and bid. We'll give you the answer to that momentarily, or how we got there and the clues and all that stuff. But yeah, the last game is the Pacers. The Pacers and the Jazz couple of stinky franchises. 230, not really anybody's fault. The Jazz, 232.5 is the total. The Jazz are 2-point underdogs. They are playing the back half of back-to-back at home. It seems like they're going to be playing it straight up. No shenanigans, as far as we can tell, when it comes to guys getting rolled out for rest. Kessler, of course, done for the year. That's a bummer. Taylor Hendricks is out with a hamstring. Oh, they did rule out Kevin Love. Kevin Love, he cannot. He's too old. You gotta let him rest on a back-to-back. Gorgeous Yang is still out. Shibwe still in the G League. Furphy not playing for the Pacers. Quentin Jackson's out. Matherin's out. Obi Toppin, we're not going to see him for a long time. And again, weirdly, McConnell getting a questionable tag. I don't think he's playing, but of note, I suppose. He's got that hamstring. Are we projecting him in? I assume we're going to project him in. I'm curious because he probably projects pretty decent. 17 minutes. Yeah, okay, so that's not great. 5K. But it's hard to put it. You got to put a number on it. Who the heck knows? But looks like they're being conservative in those numbers, 17 minutes. He is a little bit ahead schedule, so I just kind of assume this is the first time he's appeared. He's been out. This is the first time he's been questionable, to my knowledge. Pacers and the Jazz, what do you got?
Tough season for the Pacers, man. But, to be expected when everything happened to them that happened to them. So, yeah, they're in a pretty good matchup here. Siakam's fantastic. You could definitely play Siakam. Nembhard, okay. Nesmith, okay. I'm not really loving that Jarris Walker price, and the other guys below that aren't really jumping off the page to me. Utah is where you're going to get a lot of guys popping out in projections and optimals. You got not so much Markkanen, but he's a high projected guy, mid-range build, good matchup. Markkanen's good. Keontae George is where we start picking up some steam in optimals and projections. So Keontae George, he's okay. Going to get a big projection, good price tag. Nurkic, Kessler out, and he's the man now. So on a per-minute basis, he's always been awesome. He's going to get a few minutes, and that's that. Filipowski is okay. Ace Bailey's going to end up in some optimals, but I'm not as much into those two young guys as I am George or Nurkic or even Markkanen in GPPs. But yeah, they're all in play right there. They're fine. It's a good game, decent game environment.
I'm sure I asked before, Chop, but are you in on Ace Bailey? I know you're
No. Oh no.
Oh.
I would say before the draft, like just watching him in college. But no, before the draft, I was like, nah, because he was originally supposed to be the number 3 guy in the draft.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you guys one Edgecombe right there. Don't fall for Ace Bailey. I don't think he's a good real life NBA player. I think he's fine for putting up stats, but there's a lot of guys like that. I think for real life, trying to win games, I don't want that guy.
Interesting. I know he had a big what is it called? Summer league. I know he was good in the summer league for what it's worth. Then he got ill, and they've anointed him. I don't know if anointed him, but the coach basically said he's starting going forward for the foreseeable future. So,
because they jumped off to a kind of a hot start to the year, and that doesn't fit that tanking thing, man. They need to find a number 1 pick. So you can't be winning too many games. So just put Ace Bailey in there.
Well, if that's the plan, play Isaiah Collier because he's like the worst basketball player in the NBA possibly.
Utah caught some. You talk about catching some good luck on some of those picks. Utah caught some bad luck on those ping pong balls. They've tanked for years now, and they can't get in the top 4, man. On most of these years, it's crazy.
Yeah, Filipowski's projecting really well. We got 44% Nurkic, 41% Filipowski. I don't know if I would play those guys together. I was thinking about only playing one of those two. They don't. I mean, I'm sure they've crossed over somewhat. I want to see how many minutes they've played together this season. Those two guys. And again, the situation's changed, and I know Kevin Love is out as well. So there's very likely to be some crossover. We're projecting a combined 52 minutes, if my math is correct. I did go to UCF, so grain of salt. They've played 63 minutes together this year, Nurkic and Filipowski. So it's happened. Okay. But I was thinking, like, as far as you're going to get ceiling games out of both, but they're also cheap enough where, they both can do pretty well, and I don't know how much it matters. I think you can get there with both in theory. But I think I like Ace Bailey, despite your, besmirching of him, because I just think that they're going to let him play. At least,
No, great fantasy player, Dean. We've seen these guys before. Great fantasy player. I thought you were asking me for real life.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how about for tonight? Do you like Ace Bailey? I just think 4-3 on DK. His price is going to be settling somewhere in the fives, I imagine. I think he's one of those guys on the way up. I think it's a little bit too cheap. And I'm looking for value plays.
Sure.
4K on FanDuel, I think looks really good as well. So I'm probably going to play Ace Bailey.
Yeah, it looks DFS wise, matchup like tonight. I'm all for Ace Bailey. Sure.
Do you like Chalky Nurkic?
I do like Nurkic's upside, but it is chalk, but it's a small slate, so you can't get away from all the chalk. I don't know. I haven't pieced together a lineup, and I know he's restricted by position, but he does have upside. I do like guys that have that upside in them.
He's old. It's back to back. He's burly.
Oh man,
he kind of lumbers.
The guy's not in a wheelchair, Dean.
I don't know how much they're going to push him. When the Jazz are theoretically good, whatever that is, I don't know when that is. He's not on that team. Not on the team.
No.
So I'm not sure. How about Pascal? Is Pascal just going to do everything tonight for the
Yes, he's got to. He's got to do everything every night. So, and this is not an imposing matchup. Very good player, under 10K. And there is Dean, there's a path where you look at him, just like Cade Cunningham last night. He's not going to drop 96, but there's a path where you look and go, okay, that could definitely be the highest scoring player on the slate. So it's definitely there. There's no way I would remove him from my player pool. He's in contention, Dean, to make the lineup for sure.
Like if you have one big spend on the slate, is it Maxey? Is it Pascal? Is it Barnes? SGA? You could make it two, but you're really going to be squeezing you're going to have a couple of punts that are kind of uncomfortable. Who would be your favorite big spend? Is it Pascal? You were talking up Maxey before.
Oof, that's a good one. So like I've already said, I kind of think I'm going to lean towards a mid-range build tonight. So I don't know that I'm going to take anybody super expensive, but if I did, and if the numbers worked out with a little bit of value, I think I would want a guy like SGA who's matchup proof. And I think this is the kind of game where this is not just him going against Brooklyn on a Tuesday night. This is Golden State, and Golden State brings a little bit of fire out in the opponents. And Curry's healthy, and Curry's going to play. He's going to line up next to Curry, and maybe you want to show off a little bit. So probably SGA, but Pascal has great upside. But Pascal's not that much cheaper than SGA. It's not that big of a gap. And Maxey sits between the two of them. And I think I would rather have either one of those guys over Maxey tonight, even though Maxey's fine. But I think the sneaky one here, Dean, is Cat. Just sneaky because maybe a slight uptick in minutes with Mitch Rob out, and we know if he gets hot from the 3-point line, Cat can do some damage. But it's a new look New York team, Dean. It's not the same guys running 45 minutes a night, though. You got to be careful not to fall into that trap.
They're not getting completely run into the ground.
Used to love it because I don't care about the Knicks. I want to see the Knicks fail, and why not? I want to see the Knicks fail in the playoffs. I love it. Thibodeau give them 48 minutes a night in the regular season. Do it.
Producer Steve, I was waiting for Steve to chime in. He's not.
My apologies, producer. See, the problem with producer Steve is you're the same fan of a lot of these teams that Stephen A. Smith is, and I don't want to see Stephen A. Smith happy on TV. So you
don't have to see Stephen A. Smith on TV at all. That's your choice.
Yeah, but I don't want to, But
he's a Dallas fan too, so
you catch the strays on like Twitter or something of him ranting and doing things. I don't want to see him with no joy in his sports life. So I'm sorry about this. My apologies. I hope you guys do something good, but just not enough to where he can celebrate.
I will never see a championship in my entire life for any team I like.
Knicks, Jets, Devils,
Mets, Islanders.
You might get the Mets. You might get the Mets.
They're willing to spend money. You just got to hit the right variance there. 1 year.
I think the Mets is the best bet for you, Steve. All right. Crunch time coming here in just a second. Do you want to give the people clarity on Television Tuesday? I know, Chop, you're chomping at the bit as well. Move.
Can I guess one time real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Move, Chip, Cliff.
Did not look, Dean. The Price is Right.
There you go. I Googled today before the show. Sometimes there's a reason why I pick these things. Sometimes there's not. Sometimes it's random. But I just Googled actors who served in the military, Veterans Day, Happy Veterans Day. And the first name I saw was Ice-T. And I'm like, what's the name of this show? I know he's on one of those special victims units. I don't know. And then I'm like, oh, Drew Carey. Like, oh, Price is Right. That's an easy one. Move is, of course, is in reference to Drew Carey. Carry, move. You carry something, you move something. Chip is in reference to the best game on Price is Right. Not even a conversation, right? The Plinko chips, right? Is there a better game on the Price is Right? Who watches the Price is Right? I don't know. Somebody's grandma. But Plinko chips, the chip. There you go. Cliff is in reference to the second best game on the Price is Right. Cliffhangers with the yodeling mountain climbing guy. You know the game, right? I imagine so. Wheel, there's a big old wheel they spin. It's got 5 to 100. And then you bid at the Showcase Showdown. I figured I'd make it kind of easy at the end. I'm shocked somebody got this in 2, though. But there you go. Chop, who's breaking the slate? Who are you feeling in your plums?
Lots of options here, Dean. Lots of options tonight, and everybody's going to be, everybody who's worth something is going to be slightly owned. So I can't go too far off the radar here. But Scotty Barnes, I like the matchup for Scotty Barnes. I'm going to put Scotty Barnes down as a multi-tooled guy who can do it from the inside, outside, grab rebounds, defensive stats. I think he puts up a big number tonight.
Let's do it. Let's seamlessly bring in Crunch Time. Kirkwood, Kirkdiese. We have TJ Zwarych, one of the greatest DFS players in all of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. And, of course, we have Chief NRLogist Kevin Roth. Let's do it. Crunch Time right now. Is somebody going to tell me I'm wrong? Is somebody going to fight me? The greatest game on The Price is Right is Plinko, right? There's nothing close. Anybody else have a hot take on Price is Right? Plinko? Yes?
I think you're correct. The one where they just do like the over-under on the price of various things. That's a good one.
Numbers game or something it was called?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but that one's kind of fun.
What was the last time I couldn't tell you the last time. I like knowing it's there. I'm happy it's there, but I haven't watched it in God knows. I have no clue. 5 to 10 years, yeah. Yeah. TJ got a fresh fade, I believe. So Kirkwood, this is the fresh fade cut of the night. TJ Zwarych. We got to play TJ in our lineups, and then Kirkwood. Are we okay? Kirkwood, you doing all right?
Well, he's muted on top of Max. He's masked and muted. It's a bad combo.
I'm glad you asked, Dean. I'm here in my house, and my kid had got hand, foot, and mouth disease today. Oh. And so I'm scared to death. It says it's extremely contagious. I don't know if Roth, if you've had a kid who's had it, or Chop, but I'm sitting. This is how I'm going around my house right now.
It's already too late for you. Sorry.
I got bad news, bud. Yeah.
If you were gonna get it, you'd have already gotten it.
Yeah.
But you get it before. You're supposed to get it after the kid.
No, he got it today. So.
Oh, today? Okay, you'll know in the next 2 days if you're screwed or not. But if you are going to get it, you probably already would have started the process already.
It's not great.
Also, if you have chicken pox already, it's probably fine.
What was that?
No, it's probably going to be fine. But I don't want rash all over me, and I got a huge doctor's appointment that I want to go to tomorrow. So.
Yeah, but you don't want it. Dean, have you ever gotten the old hand, foot, and mouth disease? It's good times.
Not to my knowledge. That's typically from kids, right? Yeah. So yeah.
The older you get, the less likely you are to contract.
I've heard bad things, so I'm not interested. I'm not.
The joys of parenthood, right there. Everybody watching in the stream is reconsidering their future thoughts of being a parent.
That's it. That's what teeters you over. The foot and mouth disease. That's enough to.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Second thought.
Google it. Google it, and that'll really you'll be careful from then on.
I'll give it a Google. Do I want to see images or just read the stories?
No, images.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'll take pictures and send them to you, Dean.
It's like Googling Evan Fournier. Never Google.
I said that to my doctor today. To the doctor, and he had no idea what I said. Never mind. I didn't want to.
You took a shot. Not an Evan Fournier fan.
Maybe he's a sports fan, and you knew. But
all right, myself and Chop are going to see ourselves out. Do hit that like button. Do subscribe. Turn on those notifications. Do not go anywhere. You got almost 40 minutes of crunch time with Kevin Roth. Roth, take it away.
Good stuff. As always, welcome to it, ladies and gents. We know the drill. It's crunch time with two of the sharpest minds in the industry. You are not here for our hand, foot, and mouth takes. You are here for our hoops takes. And we got plenty of that as well. TJ in the chat, Ruthless Villain says, TJ looks like he's auditioning for Peaky Blinders. And you do, but you also look awesome, I must say.
I mean, I have always been told that I kind of look like a combination of Cillian Murphy and Tom Hardy.
By your wife? Like who?
I was thinking Brad Pitt and Beckham, but
right,
yeah, that's fair too.
Those are lofty comparisons, but you do look sharp with the fresh cut. How you doing, man? How you feeling about the slate?
Doing well. Feel good about the slate. I am admittedly a little sleepy. I'm a little tired today. I was out and about all day, and I have just kind of feel like I'm a bit of a fool. My whole household was sick, and then I started getting sick, and then I had like one really good night's sleep, and I was like, I'm fine now. I'm good to go. Let's live normally. And now I'm just kind of starting to feel it again, like, ooh, maybe that was stupid. Maybe I got to tone it down a little bit, relax. So gonna hopefully, as soon as this is all done, have a nice relaxing night, watch some basketball, maybe watch a little Stranger Things. I'm trying to do a binge rewatch before the new season comes out. So looking forward to a nice chill evening.
Man, that's a lot of dedication. Juice says, babyface, you do look, again, I'm reminded that you're actually only 17 years old.
Yeah.
And now, when you, with the fresh cut, I do see it. Kirkdiese in the house as well. Sorry about the hand, foot, and mouth, man.
Yeah, and I was supposed to have my Supercuts haircut today too. That I couldn't go to. So I'm in rough shape.
Today was you.
Yeah.
How you feeling about the slate? We're gonna win some money or what?
I like the slate. I entered some lineups. I got some takes. I like it. I like this nice and small, condensed. I'm so glad they both sites left off the 11 p.m. game.
Yeah.
So kudos to them. And I like the slate.
Yeah. Nobody wants that late game. Let's dive into it because we do have only 35 minutes here until lock. So let's start off, TJ, a general overview from you, and then Kirk, I'm going to have you walk us through FanDuel point guard after that.
Yeah, small little slate. We're not really waiting on any news anymore, I don't think. Like TJ McConnell, I think, has a cute tag, but he hasn't played all season, and he's not going to likely be back tonight. And so nothing we're really waiting on from a news standpoint, knock on wood, small slate, 5 games. I think there's only 1, maybe 2 games on the slate that should be like enjoyable real life basketball games, but we got some big spreads, a couple tight ones at the end, a few teams that are dealing with some injuries. It's fun and spread out. Like there's nothing I think that's for a 5-game slate, there's nothing that's egregiously chalky. We're probably not going to have a player that like crosses 50% owned today.
Okay. That sounds kind of fun. Also, the chat is debating. They put the over-under at 30 years on you. I thought you were 29, but I might be making that up.
I'm 32.
Oh, shit. Oh, you look good. All right. Good job. Okay. Kirkdiese, FanDuel point guard. What do you got?
FanDuel point guard. Okay. So first, let me also just want to add in for the overview. Like the reason why every game looks kind of good, it's because they're all similar totals too. So it's when you're really just going to get to pick and choose. And yeah, there's some big spreads here, but I think that may take people away from like the Brooklyn-Toronto game. But if that game can stay competitive, it could, there could be a lot of fantasy goodness in there. So point guard, my favorite, since Embiid news dropped, surprise, surprise, the guy's out again. Maxey is he's my favorite play, period, on the slate. It's just, you're talking 42 minutes of Maxey in a game against the Celtics, which is probably very competitive. It's already done well, and they've already played a couple times. And so he's my favorite point guard. I also, just going to note, when I'm playing him, I love running it back with Jaylen Brown. The usage rate is just so high. It's just elite level. and they could go back and forth in this one. So I like that. Shea, obviously SGA is up there where he's the top stud on the slate. Game against Golden State's pretty good defense, but he's done really well against them in the past. So it's probably a pretty big game, OKC versus Golden State. So definitely like the upside there. Nembhard is my next favorite, especially if TJ McConnell doesn't end up suiting up, which we don't have the news on yet, I don't believe. But he's just too cheap for the role that he's going to have in this game. So I like that. Then my next favorite is Emmanuel Quickly, who's finally starting to play well. He's got 2 solid games, the last 2. The confidence is up. He looks good. The usage rate has been fine. And it's facing Brooklyn. So it's a cupcake defensive matchup. There's worried about blowout concerns, or they're like 10-point favorites, but 10.5-point favorites. But I like him, and I like, correlating him with Claxton at the center position or MPJ. So I think Brooklyn can hang in this one, but we'll see. And then from there, I think John Morant projects well. So I get it. I like him. It's about time. He's got to start hitting some threes. He's one of the worst 3-point shooters in the league right now. And but the usage is insane. A couple games ago, he had 40% usage. So he's in play. So you figure out if you want to play him or not. But he is cheap if we can get that. If he can get things right and start playing good ball. And then Jalen Brunson, right around the same price at 8,400 is in play. But that's pretty much everyone for me.
That was actually pretty much everyone. Period. That was that was a lot of plays.
What was that like? 6, 7 guys?
Yeah, it seems like we got a lot of options, and unfortunately, a lot of them were pricier dudes as well. TJ, I'm trying to save some money. 6, 7. TJ, point guard. What do you got?
Point guard, probably not where you're saving that salary today. We're going to find other positions to be able to do that. And I'm with Kirkdiese, Tyrese, especially on FanDuel where he's only 10K. The Tyrese Maxey, the clear top play here, the clear number 1. You're playing him in cash games today. I think I would rank Nembhard is also my next favorite. Now, most of these guys that if they have point guard or shooting guard eligibility, it's really a good idea to consider them at the shooting guard position because it is much weaker. But I too love Andrew Nembhard as my next favorite guy after Tyrese Maxey. And then AJ Mitchell is somebody I'm very high on today as well, starting without Lou against Dort. And he's just been really, really good for this OKC team early in the year. And then Quickly is going to be my next guy after that. I rank them in that price range, kind of Nembhard 1, Mitchell 2, Quickly 3, but I love all of them. And then Keontae George, another guy that I really, really like. He's just been smashing so far this season. He has, I want you to guess, Roth, because hold on, I got to count. 3, 4, 5, 7. In his last 7 games, how many has he gone? In his last 8 games, how many has he gone over 40 points? 40 like DraftKings points.
I don't know, 6.
6. Keontae freaking George.
Yeah, no, he's really good. Yeah,
in 40 points, or at least 40 DK points in 6 of his last 8 games. He's been balling for them, and so the prices haven't adjusted. I don't think the projection systems have really adjusted, and so. It doesn't like you're not seeing heavy ownership on him because he's not projecting for an extremely high, a high amount of DK points, FanDuel points, wherever you're playing. And so $7,100 on FanDuel, Keontae George is a player I really like as well.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to shooting guard, TJ.
Shooting guard position, like we talked about, it's much weaker. This is more of a DraftKings thing where it's kind of weak. On FanDuel, there are just so many players that have both point guard and shooting guard or shooting guard small forward eligibility that's nowhere near as bad. So it's a lot of the same names. Emmanuel Quickly, AJ Mitchell, Keontae George. Kirkdiese already talked about Jaylen Brown, and I agree. I think that's a great play. He's just been on another level so far this year. We've now are at the range where we have our salary savers, Roth, Ace Bailey stepping into the starting lineup for Utah, Young Rook, only 4K, probably the best source of salary savings today. Nice cash game option. And then if you want, you can play, I don't know how to say his name, Igor Demon. That would be cool if it's Igor Demon. 3,900 starting point guard for Brooklyn. He has shooting guard eligibility. You can roll with him here as well. Also think you can play some Kason Wallace at 4,700.
Very good. Kirk, your thoughts at shooting guard?
Yeah, I have a little case on Wallace. Ace Bailey, TJ just mentioned him. So this is the breakout game tonight. So he played really well last night. He got announced into the starting lineup. He got 28 minutes. It was a tough matchup against Minnesota. He didn't shoot very well. That's to be expected. But, did a little bit of everything, had 3 steals, had some rebounds. Tonight is a much better matchup with the kind of the G League Pacers. So love him at 4,000. I'm going to be starting, and I'm, young guy. I think his confidence is growing, which is huge for him. I think that's all he actually needs. I think this kid is an absolute stud. He's going to be a stud for sure. And 4K just works. So breakout game, Ace Bailey. Jaylen Brown is my favorite spend here. But again, you can use him at small forward, but I totally echo the same sentiment for point guard. That's not where you're going to want to save. So Jaylen Brown at shooting guard or small forward, I like, and Nembhard here, I like too. So at the shooting guard position, Emmanuel Quickly again. So Quickly, Nembhard, and Jaylen Brown are in my 2 monster lineups on FanDuel. I have both of them in each, and Ace Bailey.
Very good. Small forward, Kirk.
Yep. Michael Porter Jr. I think this game's going to stay competitive, and he's just got an elite. He's kind of like, it's a worse situation than Jaylen Brown, but he's got like that elite usage that Jaylen Brown has. He's got 36% usage, like always over 30% usage. He's going to have a massive game, and if they can just stay competitive, which is a big ask with this team, but I think they can tonight. So I like Michael Porter Jr. I like Ace Bailey over here again too. I like Jaylen Brown over here again, obviously. Naismith is a guy you can play on the Pacers. I think he's pretty reasonable on FanDuel, 5,700, and get some defensive stats, shoots the 3. Lauri Markkanen is in play. RJ Barrett, if you want to bring back on, if you want to play some of these Brooklyn guys like I am. I like Quickly first, but RJ Barrett or Brandon Ingram would be fine as too if you have a preference with them. But that's how I'm playing it.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Do we get to small forward? TJ, your thoughts on small forward? Sorry.
3 Raptors you can roll out here. Scotty Barnes, Brandon Ingram, RJ Barrett, all totally viable at their price tags. I think I do prefer Jaylen Brown over Scotty Barnes, though, and then Michael Porter Jr. over both Ingram and Barrett at those price tags. I like Lauri Markkanen at 7,700 as well. And then if I need to save salary, I don't mind going to somebody like Josh Hart, projected at super low ownership today. Jonathan Kuminga is a little bit interesting on FanDuel, where he's appropriately priced as opposed to DraftKings, where he's 8K for some reason. And then another super cheap salary saving option I think you can go to, 4,200 Colin Murray Boyles. Jakob Poeltl's still on a minutes limit, and Mamu is out for the Raptors today. Colin Murray Boyles should have probably almost all of the backup center minutes, meaning he should be playing pretty close to 24 plus minutes today. So I really like him as a cheap, low-owned salary saving option.
Okay, let's go to power forward.
A lot of the same names. Scotty Barnes, we already talked about. Michael Porter Jr., we already talked about. Murray Boyles can be played here, as can Josh Hart if you want to. But Trendon Watford is another salary saver I'm really interested in today, 4,800. Just randomly came off of a triple-double, playing like just an insane game. Then he threw a dud the very next game out, but no Embiid in this one. He should probably be playing a lot of minutes. Same with Noah Clowney, another cheap play. Like Roth, we talked about like lack of cheap plays at the guard position outside of Ace Bailey at shooting guard, but we got Filipowski, Noah Clowney, Trendon Watford, and then I talked about Murray Boyles as well as a low-owned option. These forward spots are where we can save some salary for sure. If you don't want to be going up to Karl Anthony Towns, Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam, I have no problem with that whatsoever, just saving some salary. I do think Siakam is the best spend up here, only 9,500, cheaper than he is on DraftKings. But this is a spot where I'm likely looking to save salary with guys like Filipowski, Clowney, Watford, Murray Boyles.
Okay, when we get to DK, I will tell you I need cheaper than that range. Right now I'm playing some dude named EJ Liddell, and it doesn't feel great.
I don't think he's playing.
Yeah, I hope he suits up for Hope he suits up for you, Rob.
So we're gonna need some help.
I don't think that's a guy that's on a roster today.
All I'm saying is I'm gonna need some help when we get to DK. Kirk, what are we doing at power forward?
I love to hear that. You just going as far as you digging as deep as you can to make the lineup work.
Literally 5 minutes ago, I saw EJ Liddell has been removed from projections in line of HQ.
It's not great. Not a good sign.
And that was the first time I had ever heard the name in my life.
Yeah. Kirk, what are we doing at power forward?
So let me talk about Cat a little bit. So do we? I think Mitchell Robinson's going to be out. Do we have official anything there? Yeah, he's out. Mitchell Robinson's out. That's a boost to Cat he just needs to rebound. Just gives him
maybe leading the league in rebounds or damn near it.
He's been like over 10 like every game.
Yeah. Let me see if I can.
Definitely up there. So I haven't looked at who's leading, to be honest with you, but love him. I also am I'm telling you what, this is my play. So I have Jaren Jackson Jr. in both lineups. He's 6,700 and it's just popping out. I just can't stop looking at it. So I was like, all right, I'm playing this guy. So I'm not playing Ja. I'm playing Jaren Jackson Jr. And both of them have been pretty crappy, to be honest with you. He hasn't been shooting much at all, but he did take 16 shots in his last game, did have a 28% usage rate. I just know this guy can, if he's right, can blow through a 6,700 FanDuel price tag with blocks, with steals, like if things go right. So I have him. He's not the guy that's going to grade out from a point per dollar perspective, but he's my guy tonight. I just feel it coming. It's got to come, and that price just sticks out. So I love him. I also like Michael Porter Jr. You can play here. I'll say Naismith again. I agree with TJ. Watford got the start. He can be a totally good fantasy performer. So against Boston, not the greatest matchup. It's probably him and Minot against each other, but I think he can do some damage. So he's cheap, 4,800. I like that. OG Anunoby, I think is fine. He grades out as a much better play. And he's going to get a decent amount of ownership than Jaren Jackson Jr. But man, I'm just taking Jaren Jackson all day at that price range. Noah Clowney, maybe on Brooklyn if you need a cheap hunt at 4,200. Chet Holmgren, maybe, although doesn't get huge minutes, but can certainly produce, or Pascal Siakam. But again, it's all about Jaren Jackson Jr. for me.
Yeah. TJ, what are you doing at the 4?
I did 4 already.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to build a lineup and I'm stressing out. Somebody talk to me about center then. Kirk.
All right. Nicholas Claxton. I've been playing him lately, and I'm not stopping. So he's just too cheap on FanDuel, and it's a pretty solid matchup against the Raptors. They rank 22nd in opponent points in the paint, 24th in rebounds, 25th in opponent blocks. So like I said, if this game stays competitive, there's 2 guys I want on the Brooklyn side, and that's Claxton and MPJ. And Claxton's only 6,300, so I like that. People are going to play Drummond tonight. I don't think he smashed it. He's highest variance as you get, right? Like he can be awesome or he can be totally horrendous. I don't think the Celtics, this is the matchup for him. Maybe I'm wrong, and he hasn't done anything in their matchups already. Even obviously Embiid played, but he was on minutes limits. He's coming off a big game. I think he's just going to be overowned tonight, and I'm going for the fade there. Keta on Boston, I don't really like him much either, to be honest with you, but he's cheap. So Claxton's my guy. Isaiah Jackson would be my next favorite. And I think you can play Hartenstein, totally fine at 6,800. Cat is center eligible, but Claxton for me.
Yeah. Okay. TJ, your thoughts at center?
Cash game perspective, you're just choosing between Drummond and Nurkic. Like those are from a 50-50s, double ups. Those are the 2 guys that you're choosing between here on FanDuel. I give the edge to Drummond just because I think they have similar ceilings. Drummond with the lower floor for sure, but he's just so slow. He's just so cheap at 4,500 that I don't think it really matters all that much if he sucks. And so he is the top guy there. If I'm not going to one of those 2, I like the Isaiah Hartenstein call. That'd be somebody I'd be looking to get to. not all that strong of a position here on FanDuel today. I think you can play Chet Holmgren, played 30 minutes last game, and we could see, I think, a little bit of a bump here up to maybe like, say, 32, 33-ish. And so I'm interested in him in tournaments. If you want a cheap pivot off of Drummond, you could do a Jock Landale, but I don't know how much of a ceiling he has. I'm probably just sticking in the Drummond Nurkic range for most of it, just because I don't really love the position.
Yeah. Okay. I want to kick it over to DraftKings, TJ, just to give you the heads up. We're going to do guard together as one. I know Kirkdiese hates that.
And we got 20 minutes.
We got to take questions.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. TJ, you get the final call.
I would say no, because these are two incredibly different positions on DraftKings. Like, point guard is the best position of them all, and shooting guard is the worst position of them all.
Yeah. Okay, then we shall separate it. But first, if you're playing NBA DFS and you're still relying on box scores, what are you doing? If you're just clicking recent games, it's not helping you. Shot quality gives you the most predictive data in basketball. Breaks down every shot to show you what should have gone in, not just what did go in. You're not just looking at, oh, he shot 2 for 14. Well, they were quality shots. Right now, you can grab a 3-day trial just by heading to the link in the show description. After that, it renews monthly for $39.99. Don't play blind, play smarter with shot quality. Okay, very good. With that, there is like some sort of static, right? TJ, your thoughts at point guard?
All right, Keontae George is the guy that I'm getting to the most here, getting to about 40%. He's my highest owned of the point guards by a fairly wide margin. Nembhard and Quickly are the next two that I'm getting to. Tyrese Maxey is great, but he's a little bit pricier over here. So I am prioritizing the mid-range of George, Quickly, Nembhard, AJ Mitchell over Maxey today on DraftKings, but he's still a really great play. Derek White's fine, but he looks like he's going over-owned to me. He looks too cheap, but he hasn't shown much of a ceiling yet, and so I don't really want to play Derek White into ownership. I'd rather just go to him when he's lower-owned. And then John Morant, same thing. He's been shooting terribly. He's going to be chalky. I'll play him at low ownership. I don't want to play him when he's chalk. And so Maxey's where I'm spending all the way up. SGA is a very contrarian play. We're projecting SGA for less than 5% ownership on DraftKings right now. But my favorite is the mid-range. George, Quickly, Nembhard, Mitchell.
Okay, very good. Kirk, your thoughts at point?
Yeah. They just announced Shamet starting, so I might have to remove my guy. But hold on. Tyrese Maxey, I still think he's the top overall play, but now you look at it, and he's only 500 less than SGA. And so really tough choice between the two. I'd probably actually on DraftKings lean SGA. Manuel Quickly is my next favorite at 6,400. Already given the spiel about him. Andrew Nembhard again at 6,300. Love him. Keontae George, I like that, and I like Jalen Brunson. But I mean, there's just so many different options here. So you could go Steph if you wanted to play him in that game with SGA. But man, Maxey and SGA is a tough decision versus SGA.
Yeah. All right, let's go to shooting guard. Also, Alex, has any interest in Pritchard?
Yeah, a little bit, especially here at the shooting guard position, which is a little weaker. He's only 6,100. He's fine. I love Ace Bailey. I've already said this is the breakout night for him. 4,300 is nice. RJ Barrett is projecting decently well here against Brooklyn. Wouldn't be surprised if he has a big game, but I do prefer Quickly over him, but I still get the merit of playing him. I don't know. Cason Wallace, just because he's going to see minutes, he's going to have to guard Steph. Could be good, could be bad for him. Just trying to see some others. Yeah, that's all I really like. And Keontae George is probably the best play on the shooting guard side.
Okay, TJ, shooting guard.
I was giggling because Kirkdiese, you're saying like I gotta find others to name, but you've already named more than are in my pool for MME. I think it's just a really, really gross position. Yeah. It's Ace Bailey. Like that's the guy here. He's gonna be cheap, but he's not gonna be anywhere near as chalky as he should be, I think. And so Ace Bailey, the guy. Some low-owned options I'm getting to a fair amount. Cedric Coward, Jordan Clarkson, Anthony Simons. But Ace Bailey saving some salary is the guy here if you're not playing Keontae George. But I want to play both.
Sure. Okay. Small forward, TJ.
Actually, I joked about how bad shooting guard is and how small my pool is. My small forward pool is even smaller than my shooting guard pool. Jaylen Brown, Michael Porter Jr., the two guys I'm getting in almost all of my lineups. Cedric Coward, you can play here at small forward as well. I really like him for tournaments. OG Anunoby, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, all in my pool, but they fall below Jaylen Brown, Michael Porter for me. Those 6 players, the only ones in my pool.
Kirk.
Okay, small forward.
Yep.
MPJ and Jaylen Brown. Those are my guys tonight. I think you can play Josh Hart for his price at 5,400. He's fine. I think OG Anunoby is fine. I think Aaron Naismith again is fine. And again, I could see that Cedric Coward, like TJ mentioned, Kelly Oubre could be good, but really it's just between Michael Porter Jr. or Jaylen Brown or somehow getting both.
Yeah. Okay. How about we go to power forward?
All right. Power forward. A Cat is my favorite. Just get more of the rebounding stats without Mitchell Robinson, and I think he can have a good offensive game.
He was, by the way, I checked. He was 4th in the NBA in rebounds per game, which was way higher than I figured. But.
Yeah, I knew he was up there.
Yeah.
Scotty Barnes probably makes the most sense from if you want to shoot for the high ceiling for against the Brooklyn guys. Just the stat stuffer, 8,400, probably has a really solid game here. I think you still can play Trendon Watford, although he's not starting. That's the guy I got to figure out if I'm going to take out on FanDuel or not. Kyle, there's another punt here. Filipowski for Utah is only 4K. Should get a decent amount of minutes here. 20, 22, 23, 24 somewhere, and should be able to provide some nice value for 4K if you need it. And I know Roth, you're always looking for value. Yeah, that's about Laurie marketing, but that's about it.
Yeah. Okay. TJ, your thoughts at the 4? You are muted. I thought you were just talking
Where
to yourself.
did you see that Watford wasn't starting, Kirkdiese?
I thought I heard that I read that. Did I read that wrong? Hold on.
I don't think we've seen a 76er starting lineup yet.
Okay, I read something wrong. Okay. My bad.
Power forward for me, Watford is my highest owned guy here. I'm getting to him an absolute ton. He's just super nice and cheap. I'm not getting to the spend ups very often at this position, so I'll be underweight on Scotty Barnes, Siakam, and Karl Anthony Towns. Still playing them, but not near as much as I'm getting to the cheap options of Watford, Filipowski, Noah Clowney. Those are my favorite options, but I'm still getting some like Aldama and Josh Hart as well. But Watford, Filipowski, Clowney are the 3 guys I'm going to here.
Yeah. Okay. Go to the center spot, TJ.
Center for me, I'm getting to a lot of Andre Drummond, about 60%. I prefer him over Nurkic. He's just super duper cheap, and so I'm going to be rolling with him. Drummond 1, Nurkic 2, Claxton 3. I don't really like anybody else, but Isaiah Hartenstein would probably be my next favorite guy as a pivot.
Yeah. Kirkdiese, center.
Yeah.
I want like the chat is saying that Watford's not starting because Shamet is. The chat's saying Watford.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, they haven't sent. It's not Clowney.
He's on the 76ers, and Clowney is on the Nets. These are 2 different teams, so we don't have to worry about them conflicting each other. Play them both.
Yeah. All right. Center, Kirk.
Claxton. If not Drummond or Filipowski, center eligible. Hartenstein, I think is fine too. Nurkic maybe. I just worry about Nurkic on the back-to-back here, and then Keita maybe for Boston. But I'm rolling with Claxton. Period. This is Claxton night for me.
And we are seeing that Clowney is starting, right? That's at least what I'm seeing from the chat.
Always was going to. That is a different team. They play for 2 different teams.
He's been starting at the 4. There was actually some talk that maybe he wouldn't start in this lineup, but they have to put him there because they're thinned out tonight.
Okay, very good, guys. We still have 8-9 minutes or so for some questions, which is great because we do have some coming into the chat. No doubt about that. We're going to start in the YouTube. By the way, hit us with the thumbs up if you're watching this. Keep in mind, it's a free show, and the thumbs up gets us more eyeballs to keep the show free longer. Let's see what we got. Toronto, Brooklyn just feels intriguing as a stack. No?
Yes,
TJ?
sir.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're both on board with that. Mr. Richard says, Kirk, I have 2 DK single entry lineup set. They're the same, except one has Keta and one has Nurkic. Are one of those 2 dudes going to get him there?
It's possible. They both rate out as strong plays. They're I like trying to get up to Claxton, but yeah, they're good.
Yeah. Okay. TJ, our guy Bud Ho in the chat says on DK, Simons or Ace Bailey. Isn't it? It's Bailey day for us, right?
Yeah, it kind of depends on the rest of your lineup and how different you want to get, because Ace Bailey is the better play, but Anthony Simons will be less than half his owned.
Yeah. Okay.
And a proven scorer versus a rookie who's going to be pretty volatile. So
yeah, like their projection difference is 2 points, and like Simons' thing is basically if he gets hot from 3, they'll give him more minutes and they'll give him more shots. If he doesn't, they don't really play him that much.
Yeah. Let's go to this question from Douglas Kirk. It is a 2v2, and it just scrolled past me. Here we go. Watford Clowney or Claxton Drummond for you, Kirk?
Claxton Drummond, let's go.
Okay. We'll go to Coach B, who says DK, TJ, Aldama or Drummond?
Drummond, but just back to that last question. I think that the Watford Clowney or Claxton Drummond, I think that might have been worded wrong. I think it must supposed to be one of the first 2 and one of the second 2, because both Claxton and Drummond are more expensive than Watford and Clowney.
Yeah, I don't know. I just read what's on the teleprompter, but
we're not math guys. Come on.
Yeah, it's let us know if that was the correct question or if you want to reword that and we can make sure we get it answered. TJ, DK, GPP, Aldama Claxton or Cowart Nurkic?
Oh, Coward Nurkic. I like that one.
Okay. Kirk, I'm coming to you for a few of these. New generation, DK, GPP, Drummond and Siakam. Oh, it's a 2v2v2. Drummond, Siakam, Claxton Barnes, or Filipowski SGA?
Either Claxton Barnes or Filipowski SGA, but I've already professed my love for Claxton. So
I like the Claxton Barnes one as well.
Yeah. Kirk, I'm coming right back to you from Kenster. Boyles or Filipowski on DraftKings?
Filipowski.
Okay. TJ, got a few for you. DK Cash, Keontae George, or Derek White? You were kind of not on the White train, right?
George is my highest owned point guard. I love George today.
Yeah. Let's see what else we've got. I didn't hear much. Alex says, TJ, I haven't heard much about the Brunson, Burner, or Ja. Is there any interest in those 2 in a DK GPP?
We talked a lot about Ja. Ja's going to be fairly chalky today. I don't like playing into him at that ownership personally, especially on DraftKings where he's a little bit more expensive. Brunson, I do prefer as like a low-owned tournament play today. I'm not on Ja personally.
Okay. Did just get the first punt that I've heard that was worse than the guy that I'm playing, who may or may not even have a jersey at this point. But let me know if this is a better play, TJ. Blink says, I'm playing a lot of names of the guys I really like, but it means I have to play Danny Wolf at power forward. DK large field tournament. Is that awful or is that okay? Kirk gave it the thumbs up. The 2 thumbs up.
I think that's pretty awful.
It's so if this game blows out, Wolf can do it. He can get minutes and he can get things done. So I don't think it's that bad. I think you need this game to blow out.
So he has appeared in 3 games this entire season. No,
yeah, but they're short. They're short guys tonight. They're short. They were on Sharp. They're short.
He played 4 minutes this season.
He can do it. I'm on board with him.
I love it. Okay.
We're currently projecting him to play 9 minutes.
And if it blows out, he's going to get more.
Okay. Beaner says, Kirk, SGA or Maxi in a FanDuel GPP. feel like the pricing was greater and you were more maxi, and in DraftKings you were more SGA. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, it just gets so close. I like them. They get about even, and like probably just take the big stud who's dropped 70 balls,
at lower, way lower ownership, right?
Correct.
Like
correct.
way lower ownership. Yeah, that's the move that I wish I had made, but it's too late to make it happen.
Well, like the one thing I'll say about Maxi is like we have Maxi projected as the for more points right now, and that's with a 39-minute projection. It could be closer to about 44 minutes from Maxi tonight.
Yeah,
and but that's like not something we can really do like this. But this could end up being like a game where Maxi doesn't come off the court without Embiid.
Right. Okay. Quick note, golf show coming up in 18 minutes. We have an awesome golf team at RotoGrinders. Really, really good content on the golf side of things. So make sure that you are tuning in for that. I guess that means I got to make a golf forecast tomorrow. I don't know where they're at. A few more questions in the YouTube chat. Alex says Kirk will streak. Oh, he'll streak the Garden if Wolf gets there tonight. Yeah, howling the whole way.
just bare chested. Just he can score. He lit up the G League. He's if this game blows out, I'm telling you, he's going to play decent minutes.
Sometimes you just need that guy that has that upside.
He's min price.
That's my Cam Whitmore every night. I play him because I'm like,
I know he smashed the other night.
But Cam Whitmore gets on the board.
Yeah, it's a difference.
You got to look at how thin they are tonight, TJ.
They have 12 guys dressing.
Tell me who can play power forward center.
Nick Claxton, Noah Clowney, Zaire Williams, Jalen Wilson, Danny Wolf.
Yeah, Danny.
I think Danny Wolf is the first man off the bench. Howl it up. DK, TJ, Cowart, Filipowski, or Nemhard and Vince Williams.
One more time, sorry.
It's Coward and Filipowski or Nemhard and Vince Williams.
Coward, Filipowski.
And scrolling down. Is Garza going to get any minutes tonight?
Yeah, a little bit.
Why are we punting with all of these guys? Like, Roth, why do you have these people in your lineup? Why do you There's no Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, Victor Wembanyama. You don't need
it's because you're spending up and you're getting Maxi, and then you're running it back with Brown, and now you want some of those other good mid-range guys, and then all of a sudden you've got like 4K left at every spot. Shamet at 3,300.
Yeah, they're good plays at 4K. No Shamet. Don't play Shamet.
He's telling you, Roth. He's telling you to play Shamet.
I can't wait for this to be the Wolf night. I can't wait. Actually, then I lose my line. Then I lose because I'm playing that this game's going to stay close. So it's counterproductive.
Let's see, Shamet or Garza, TJ.
No.
You have to do one.
I don't think I do.
Isn't Shamet starting at 3,300?
Jordan Clarkson.
Okay, your answer to Shamet or Garza is Jordan Clarkson?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Now we're talking Wolf Garza combo for the win in the chat.
Yeah.
It's spicy.
Howling the whole night. All right. Hey, we have done it. We hit the lock. I will most certainly be keeping an eye on this game and for some dude named Wolf just to see how that goes.
You're just going to be... I'm going to watch the entire Raptor game just like...
You're going to be watching the fourth. You're going to have to pull it up in the fourth quarter.
You guys going to get 16 minutes, put up 32 fantasy points, and I'm going to look like the biggest asshole ever.
It's going to be great. Or
I've got him for 12 minutes as opposed to 9.
Or he might just literally not play at all. Like those are both
very possible.
No, they called him up for a reason.
Either way, it's going to be fun because boy, that is a wide range of outcomes there. Anyways,
if the slate hadn't already locked, I was going to put him in one lineup of my 150, but now it's too late.
I mean, come on, you win, you get to go. Woo!
That's worth it. The howl is worth it alone. For TJ, for Kirk, for our wonderful production crew, always working hard behind the scenes, guys. We appreciate you. We love you, and we will catch you tomorrow You have been crushed.